sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years, I miss my home. But there's a fire burning in my bones. Still believe. Yeah, I still believe. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Good evening. It's another Tuesday evening, and we are live on Joy 99.7 FM. This is Geek Squad with your girl, Adobia Brichum. Last week, we had an interesting topic for discussion where we looked at the possible gifts you could get for your friends and loved ones because it is Christmas. And today, we want to continue with that discussion, not necessarily about things you can get for your loved ones for Christmas, but we want to share with you the top tech highlights and trends for 2023. Yes, we would like to discuss that, and we'll be delving into our conversation soon because our guests are here with us. 2023 is soon coming to an end. I'm excited because we are in December. Christmas is coming soon. But then, with that said, we want to share with you what is happening in the tech space, what has been happening for the past week. So take a listen to the emerging tech trends. When we're back, we'll get into our conversation for today.
Hello and welcome to Tech Trends on Joy Geek Squad with me, Michelle Lajakun. Now to our stories. Results of candidates from 235 schools withheld for using owl-generated answers. The West Africa Examination Council has released provisional results for 448,674 candidates who sat for the 2023 West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Among the results that have been withheld are the results of candidates from 235 schools who have been accused of using owl-generated answers during the exams. Away from that, Instagram is going to let you set video statuses. Instagram now allows video notes, according to an announcement by Meta. Notes were previously only text-based, but the new updates finally lets you post video notes along with a text caption, giving you more room to express your creativity. Again, WhatsApp introduces View Once feature for voice messages. WhatsApp has announced a new feature allowing users to send disappearing voice messages, much more like the View Once function for photos and videos released earlier this year. The purpose of this feature is to improve privacy for users. Finally, Google will update maps to prevent authorities from accessing location history data. Google will, in its new update, store users' map location history locally on their devices instead of in the cloud. With the change, it will be more challenging for law enforcement to access the data, providing better protection for user privacy. And here are the tech trends on Geek Squad today.
Imagine strutting into the most anticipated wedding of the year, only to see 7 other girls wearing your exact same outfit.
You are special and one of a kind, and that's why whether it's voice, data, or SMS, you get to enjoy personalized offers tailored to your specific needs with MTN just for you. Dial *141# or select your options on the My MTN app to redeem your unique just for you package on Ghana's best mobile network. MTN.
Like a small boat on the ocean.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with Adobia Brichum. Thank you for sticking with us. If you're just joining us, then you are welcome. I've been talking about Christmas. And during this season, Joy FM organizes quite a number of programs. And one of them was the 9 Lessons and Carols that happened just past Sunday. Now, the next one that is about to happen is the Joy FM's Party in the Park. And to purchase your ticket for this year's program, you just have to dial *714 *003 *3#. *714 *003 *3#. And you just have to follow the prompts when you dial this number. You can also purchase the tickets at the front desk of Joy FM or call the number 055 969 1797 055 969 1797 for your reservations. Tickets are going for a cool 200 cedis, and this is for a family of 6. The Joy FM Family Party is brought to you by Frytol Sunflower Oil. Enjoy the goodness in tasty meals. Fortune Rice, always on point, just like mommy. Enterprise Life. Buy family income security plan from Enterprise Life. Enterprise, your advantage. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough. Safari Tissue, wipe clean, last long. Niche Cooker, Taste of Ghana. Kiki Drinks, juice up your life. Less foreign, luxuriously perfect. You Fresh Drinks, drink better, live better. Yummy, a healthy choice. These are the different persons who are bringing to us the Joy FM Family Party in the Park. You don't want to miss it, so just make a date. Dial the number *714 *003 *3# and purchase your ticket. 200 cedis for a family of 5. Today we are discussing top tech highlights for the year 2023 and then the trends for 2023. But just as we listen to the emerging tech trends, one of the things that stood out to me is the report that WAEC has given on the students who took WASI exams. And one of the things that came up was the fact that they are done some kind of investigations and have realized that some students, one, took in some foreign materials into the exam halls. Not only that, also gave answers based on AI generated answers. Like the answers they gave for the questions that were asked were AI generated answers. And because of that, they've withheld some of the results. Some people's results have been cancelled altogether. What is your take on this? Especially because AI generated answers is somewhat linked to tech and the things that we discuss here on this show. I'll start with you first. Please, I have with me in the studio Winston and Michael. They are back. Winston and Michael, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll start with you, Winston. What is your take on this?
So, I am very confused. I am very, very confused. Okay, so students taking illegal materials into the exams. Yeah, it always happens. You are basically asking all people to adhere to laws. How is that working in the real world? Not so well. So in schools, you would understand that we are not condoning it, but it's a thing that happens. On the way here, Michael and I were talking about it. I think one of the ways, if it's smartphones, I think one of the best responses to that is to make the exam hall areas a network dead zone. So, I mean, if you take a smartphone, it's not going to do anything. So that, but the main thing is the AI generated. Okay, so our producer Prince sent me the link, and I kind of looked at what was going on, right? And okay, so Prince, if you can just note, what I gathered from what I read is that the students used their devices, illegally acquired or entered devices, to pose questions to an AI. And the AI, this is the part I don't get. The AI gave a response, most of which were along the lines of the AI not having a good response or not knowing how to answer said question. Okay, he's nodding. You can't see him, but he's nodding. And said students wrote the response of the AI.
Verbatim.
Yeah.
My first question is, these WAEC exams, they are still written, right? It's not on a PC. It's written.
Yes.
Then I don't think that students using AI is the problem. I think the problem is I'm sorry, I have to be very honest. How uneducated are these kids that they actually thought that AI generated response, that sounded like that? Because what I saw was wild. If I asked, what is the diaphragm? And the AI told me, I don't know how to answer this. And I looked at that response and I thought, oh, that's definitely the answer, and I wrote it. I don't think me using AI is the problem.
The students themselves have an issue.
Yeah. So
But that's why they are using they smoked in the the wrong.
It's a weird double.
Foreign materials.
It's a weird double
place.
thing. Like, you are smart enough to know how to evade the invigilators and get foreign materials into the exam hall or even into the exam vicinity and be able to get it in there and make use of it. You're smart enough to be able to do that, but you're not smart enough to realize that when the AI tells you, as an AI language model, I cannot answer this question, I'm allowed to this question, you immediately think, yes, I will write that for the purposes who's marking to.
So they were not even reading the responses.
It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder what they learned, or what they tried to learn, or did they learn? Have they been in school? These are the questions I think we should be asking, because the kid using AI, that's not a problem. That's actually quite exciting. Yes, exciting, but for the wrong reasons. He tried to think outside the box. Let me use AI, blah blah. Yes, unfortunately, it was to cheat. But the issue is that in your quest to evade and then cheat, you still were not able to do it successfully. I'm not saying this as a joke. I'm not saying that cheating is good, but I'm saying that if I ask a question, you need to have a random idea. If the AI literally wrote in English that, sorry, I don't know the answer, or sorry, I cannot answer this question, and you think that is the answer to the question,
and you go ahead and put that down,
your unfair advantage puts you back further than if you had written nothing at all. So what was the point of your unfair advantage in the first place? What was the point in trying to cheat using this method?
What is a diaphragm? You wrote, it's a rubber band in the human body. That's closer to what the answer is than me writing, oh, I cannot answer this question.
I think that's where the challenge is.
Yeah.
Because these people are trying to get the answers because they don't know. But however, it's like common sense is even missing
Yeah.
from
Yes,
the whole.
exactly. From the whole conversation is null and void because the people we are dealing with seem to be.
So it's actually kind of more worrying because it means that take away this the WAEC scenario. It's a case where you are out there in the world and you have access to the AI tool,
Yeah.
and you still can't get it to do what it is you want, even without having. Now you don't have the pressure of hiding from an invigilator
Yeah.
or trying to keep it be like you have open use of it, and now you don't know what it is you want to get out of it. Granted, now one thing I want to make clear to the listeners is that we are not trying to bash on the Ghanaian students that they might head die. That is far from the truth.
Bruh, I'm sorry.
That is very
I think
far
that's
from
what
the
some
truth.
people have-
I
No,
think that's
no,
what I'm
no.
Some of them,
the
not
reason
all of them.
the reason I'm saying that is because as I was looking back at news happenings over the year, this is not unique to students or even to Ghana. Remember the lawyer who tried to use ChatGPT to answer
Look, you see,
to file law cases, and it created fake law cases to support his
that's
argument.
just not doing due diligence. This is a case of literacy. The bentos of education is literacy. I need to see and read and understand that.
Straight up comprehension.
That's the whole-
Exactly, straight
yeah,
up.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like common sense is even missing.
The AI
in
said,
there.
I beg, I don't know. And you thought that was the answer. That is the problem, not the use of the AI.
I mean, I've written.
So we have an issue that actually has to be addressed.
Yeah, okay. Look,
It's not just. I mean, like we have been saying, what they did was not right.
Oh, yes.
Oh, far from.
But then, even if you're going to generate answers using AI, you should write things that make sense.
Yeah.
Not just everything that comes from it, putting it there.
I think we
That
need
doesn't
more.
hold.
We need more context.
It will help.
And what is most interesting to me is that no matter the field or the subject, it is the same problem. If it's math and you wrote whatever equation and the AI told you math, you are supposed to be writing numbers. So why are you writing? I don't know. Like, so that's all. That's what I have.
This is Geek Squad with Adobia Breacham. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN everywhere you go. Today we are looking at the top tech trends for 2023 and the highlights for 2023. If you are listening to us, our conversation earlier was based on some of the emerging tech trend news that we listened to prior to our discussion, and it was about the feedback from WAEC concerning students who had used AI generated answers to respond to questions that they were supposed to have done. And we've seen that, in fact, we will need some more context to probably deliberate on this. With that said, we'll just delve into our discussion, our main discussion for today. And that is 2023. We are talking about tech trends and then the highlights. So I'm going to start with you first, Michael. How will you describe 2023 when it comes to tech?
There's a word that has been going around for what has happening in tech trends, and I can't actually say it online. I can't say it on air, but it is not it's not a hopeful outlook. There are lots, generally speaking, as far as tech is concerned, there's been a lot of bleak news that doesn't bode well for the future. One example is right now streaming services, which were supposed to be the cheapest, easiest, and most accessible for getting media, have now clawed their way up in cost to the point where now they are comparable to US cable TV, which they were invented to replace. So we've circled right back to where we started. And it even gets worse now because in relation to that, there's been a lot of issues and problems with content where not even a month ago, Sony deleted content out of people's libraries and off their libraries. So you couldn't, as far as Sony were concerned, on the PlayStation Network, you couldn't download, you couldn't even find that it was a TV series or some sort. You couldn't even find it anymore. They deleted it and it's gone forever off people's libraries, something you paid for. And people were even saying that if the refrain is, as we open a whole debate where, piracy is theft. But then if piracy is theft,
Yes.
then when I pay for something
Mm-hmm.
and you take it away from me for whatever reason, licensing or whatever, which is very worrying on its own, why aren't you refunding me the value of that?
Yes.
Why aren't you giving me, and considering that it's not a one-time payment, it's part of a bundle, so that means you have to refund me the value of that time, of that, what that content is worth in relation to my bundle. Like, it opens all sorts of ethical and ethical and economic questions, and that are not that's what's worse is that these major companies, the Sony, are like, they're not addressing it. They're just letting it pass, like, yeah, we delete your content, so be it. If a lawsuit comes through that will force them to, what do you call it, turn their attention around, they will, but they will not on their own volition, like, yeah, we need to quote unquote do the right thing for consumers. And it's not just, and it's spreading everywhere. Another piece of news that popped out earlier on in the year was that, yeah, in the third quarter of the year, some news sites were reporting that 47% of all internet traffic was made by bots, which means that slightly more than half of all internet traffic worldwide is made by actual real human beings. Which, and with the proliferation of AI and content generation, now we have to talk about people who know what they are doing.
Yep.
Where now, was it this year? Yeah, there was this year where there were actual fake videos of celebrities saying things that they hadn't actually said.
Yes.
And bear in mind, we are still in quote unquote the early days where you can see,
Yeah.
if you're paying attention, you can see these things happening, and then know that, oh, that's fake. But us is the way with these things. What you call it, geeks, we get excited working in our thing. We're like, oh, it's not good now. I'll continue work at it because I want it to get better. Because, oh, it's a quote unquote, it's a good thing. I can create videos saying anything, but now what are they doing? What are bad actors going to do with those tools that are now getting better? Just in the past week?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the past 2 weeks, there's also been word from some news channels saying that, you know what, why do we need live newscasters? Let's get rid of them and then start using AI generated newscasters to read the news out. But then it's like, suddenly the human element is gone. And that was also worrying, because now what is to stop, if a newscaster does this, what's to stop someone getting similar tech and then passing off entirely fake news using those same methods? Even before we get to the talk of the human element, like, and all of these news just keeps spiraling down on us, and like, think, hey, what is the future going to look like? In the past 3 weeks, with all of these news, people have been speaking of what is is there going to be a next phase of the internet? Because if you cannot trust anything online, and if you can't trust anything online that's, oh, this was done by actual human beings, or these people were not manipulated into taking an action or taking a certain stand or endorsing a particular product or person, then why am I there? There's not even this year, over the past 2-3 years, social media has been under fire for being more addictive than it is helpful.
Exactly.
Which is another conversation to be had. Like, I'm sorry I'm being a bit down, because we, like, actually, yeah, I have to apologize for being a bit down, but as someone who loves tech, when something you love isn't doing well, you get worried for it. When your family member or a friend is not doing well and they are down, you don't just say, oh, I love you, so I will pretend as though it's not a problem. I want you to be the best version you are capable of being. And right now, the promise that tech gave us years ago, we only got a small taste of it in some cases, and a lot of it is being rolled back. Just 2 weeks ago, we spoke about smart homes, where we even had to give warnings that be careful where you buy your products from, because you don't know when the manufacturer then at some point say you can't have this anymore, or you have to pay double to get the same features. All of these things are spiraling in on themselves, and it's not just there. It's in cars, it's in our houses, it's on our phones. Like, and it starts to think, like, where's the real good news for what tech is supposed to be? Phones now are essentially micro PCs, but then every year, granted, we are approaching the upper limit of what they're capable of doing.
Yes.
But then every year a new one will come out and they'll act as though they've reinvented everything. But like, you are talk as though you've reinvented everything. But we can see fully that you haven't. The only thing you've reinvented is the price tag.
Yeah. And just a few things.
That's are not
so significant.
If that at all, I have to call them out, like the Pixel 7 release. Like, really, what have you done there that is so different from the Pixel 8 and 7 release? Where's the difference? Everything that the hardware wise,
that's what the temperature thing, right?
Yeah. And even that is like
on that topic,
debatable.
I need to apologize. I said I will apologize. Apparently, the thing I consider to be gimmicky, where it will capture your faces and replaster, some say is good.
Okay.
Others say it can be a little off-putting. But as long as some people say it's good, I'll say
that's
that
why you can take multiple pictures and then choose the
it will
best
choose
take.
Yeah, best. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, best take.
Yeah. You remember? I didn't. Yeah, so I'm going to apologize to Google that. Okay, I was a bit hasty. Your temperature sensor doesn't work still, but but I was hasty about that. Yeah, that's okay.
But then still is a point, like, it's not a tool intrinsic to the phone itself, despite what they say.
Yeah.
It runs off the cloud. If Google press their eye, they could let it run on a Nexus 1.
Oh yeah, even to add to that, the best take I was talking about. Yes, if you are not connected to the internet, it's not going to work.
So again.
So yes,
yeah, back to square one.
So
yeah,
that's
back to
very
square one.
important. Most of the things Google was offering you are cloud based. If you don't have internet, akbasho, go sleep.
Even the cloud based. Last week, if you use Dropbox, free or otherwise, go into your settings, and then right there at the top where all the settings are, the far right, there's a button with AI something. Go in there and uncheck it, because now Dropbox is also using your data you store on Dropbox to train an AI.
You just have to go over that again.
Yeah. So if you use Dropbox, pay very close attention. If you use Dropbox, it's easier on PC, but I can do it to a mobile phone as well. Go into your settings. On the top far right, I'm talking about PC again. On the top far right, there's a button at the top of where all the settings are. I don't remember what exactly it says, but it starts with AI. Go in there and uncheck the box that has been checked, because that's the thing. It is not something that you opt into. By default, Google are
taking the information.
Yes,
the privacy infringement.
Yeah, but
wildly.
That's the issue now.
No, but that's the thing. Now, the Google, that's the thing I was talking about.
Dropbox, is this still? I thought Dropbox was that. Is it Google Drive? Or
No, Google Drive.
Yeah,
Dropbox.
That's
Dropbox.
separate.
Yeah, not Google Drive.
Okay.
Dropbox. Google Drive, at least with Google Drive, especially Google Photos and all, you have to opt in. You have to manually feed all of these things into any form of AI machine learning.
Okay, it sounds very bad, but I'm sure what Dropbox did, which I would do, is that they just updated their terms and services, knew that people won't read. And when you clicked agree,
and that is rather
it
by
checked.
default.
Yeah, it will check it, because they'll probably write it there. Oh, if you agree to this, it will automatically check it. But if you want to
do otherwise, then uncheck
then
it.
go and look here. They'll write it. They write it. They'll write it.
But we won't read it.
Yeah, you catch them lacking at all. I remember I was talking to someone from the World Wide Web, the corporation, and she was talking. She's a lawyer, and she was like, "Look, these companies, the number of lawyers they have on payroll to figure out how to word every single thing so that you will not catch them lacking. It's very difficult for an individual to sue some of these platforms and win. It takes a big corporation like the EU and stuff like that. But on a lighter note, since
2020,
yeah,
we
need a lighter note, because we have really dimmed the lights.
To be honest, besides internet bundles being more expensive.
Oh, thank you. You're supposed to bring the lighter note. See what you've done.
For me, the most exciting thing about 2023 for me is the fact that some way, somehow, NFTs are almost dead. I am very happy. I am absolutely ecstatic.
I really hope she's not listening to this show right today.
I'm sorry. I am sorry,
happy
but
that
I am happy that because this is the thing about NFTs. If you guys know, sometime months ago we did a whole explanation of what NFTs are, non-fungible tokens. But here's the thing: if you want to find out where, check Joy Podcasts. Go to all podcast platforms, type in Geek Squad, you find it. I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, producer say yes. So go and look for it. Yes. Anyway, the reason why I am excited about the seeming demise of NFTs is that it felt very fraudulent. I'm sorry, I have to say it felt extremely fraudulent because they were putting it was just pricing of these things was vibes and perceived basically they monetized hype. They found a way to monetize hype. So if you're an artist and you get hype, the price go up, and that's not how it works. The technology in itself is absolutely fantastic, and the problem we are facing today, especially with regards to AI generated content, NFTs can help solve that problem, which is by creating content ID, where because of the blockchain, no matter what happens, we will know that you are the creator of this thing. So wherever, if it goes somewhere and you go and find it in some random place and someone gets arrested and the person says, please, I didn't do it, we can just check the content ID and then we'll find the person, because it is a content ID that I think Google is doing something similar with its AI picture video generator, Imagine, where it puts a unique code embedded into whatever you've made that's tied to your user account. NFTs could have been amazing in sorting a lot of, like for instance, the situation where Sony deleted some content.
Yes.
If I had made that purchase and using the NFT blockchain technology, it would have given me a content ID, and they could have found out through that how much. Let's say I paid $50 for PS Plus or whatever, $100 for a year of PS Plus, and they can probably be like, okay, these are the number of games and content you consume on our platform with this $100, so we'll share it. Maybe you watch 100 things on our platform, or you play 100 games or whatever, so we divide it. That $100, that means the value of one thing for you is $1. With our content ID, we can do that, and we can send you back your $1, and it's not a problem. But people want to use it for hype money. Apparently, Justin Bieber something he paid like almost $6 million is now worth coins.
Yep.
I'm happy. Yeah.
You are happy.
Goodbye NFTs. Go and repackage and come back.
For you listening to us, we just want you to share with us your favorite tech gadgets or trend or updates for 2023. You can share this with us on the number 055-1111-997. 055-1111-997. Let us hear from you on WhatsApp. We're talking about the top tech highlights and trends for 2023. So with everything that we are speaking about, I know that one of the things that also came in, which I thought was good, was WhatsApp messages and the possibility to edit WhatsApp messages, because people will send messages and then they'll reply with this star or some, either they bolden what they put earlier, but now you have to do is just long press whatever message you sent. You have the option, you can edit it up to 15 minutes from the time you sent it.
It's really, really cool that you bring us down to earth. Sometimes your presence is necessary, because when you mentioned it, it didn't cross my mind how upsetting editing, like there was no edit on WhatsApp. It's such a great thing now. I actually use it a lot, like the editing and the fact that when you edit it as written, edited and all that stuff. But on that side note, to bring bad news, Twitter's transition to X has been quite terrible. And what is most interesting, I think all of us here who use Twitter can attest to this. There have been more bots on Twitter than on X than they used to be. I find so many random things on my TL now. It's infuriating.
Compared to when it was Twitter?
Compared to when they started doing this paid tier, I think the paid thing has just made it worse, because if I am creating bots, I can legitimize the bot by just paying and giving it a blue check mark, and then whatever I want to do with that bot is free game. Twitter has just gone, don't dash us edit, but they are giving it to Twitter Blues, and then you Twitter
when
go.
you put your message, then you're not paying for it.
DM self we can't do.
No, how is it that to edit what I'm seeing, just to correct grammar,
pay for
I have
it?
to pay?
So you just have to
Thank
cross-check
you,
before
WhatsApp.
you do it.
Thank you, WhatsApp.
Thank you to WhatsApp. Yes,
No,
but
thank
they've done a lot of improvements. Yes.
Also, I was going to say thank you to WhatsApp to allow you to edit. No, thank you to iOS's new autocorrector that is worse than before.
Oh,
because
that thing is bad?
it's
Because
so
I remember
bad.
they were hyping. It was one of the updates for the new iOS.
It's bad. Like
The
you
autocorrect.
send something, it's autocorrected wrong. Okay, you edit it. You open it. You go into WhatsApp. Okay, edit what I'm trying to send, and you spend an extra 45 seconds fighting the autocorrect to correct the mistake
what you want.
to what you want. It's been hell. You know, that okay, you have me in the group chat as often, but if you notice that a lot of messages I send have a lot of edits under them,
Yeah.
just because of that.
Rough.
Definitely. Okay, so what will you say were things that surprised you this year? What are some of the tech news that got you surprised? I think before we get into that, we will just take a quick break. Stay with us. We want to get into this. For me, I'll say what surprised me was the look of Cybertruck, but we'll get into details of that.
Hey, Ma, the way you're always getting alerts these days, I won't be surprised to hear that you have gotten a Momo for Business account by my next visitor.
Oh, I'm already on Momo for Business.
Since when?
Since. Now it's easy to apply for a merchant SIM. All you need is a registered MTN number, your business certificate, your Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Sir,
You think you are the only one who knows what's up, eh? Look, I just dialed *5051#, selected register, and the region I was requesting the SIM from, and waited for my SMS with my reference number. You can even go online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh and complete the details for an even better experience.
hey, Grandma Momo.
Sign up for Momo for Business the easy and simple way. Just visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh or dial *5051# and follow the prompts and be on your way to owning a Momo business account today for free. MTN.
Oh my God, turn up the basses. This 22nd December, all roads, all cabs, all lights, and all the link up and the lingua will be at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Beam President, Stone Boy, will be addressing the world from center stage at the biggest African party in December. Hosted right here in Accra, Ghana. Beam Nation presents the Beam Concert 2023, the 5th Dimension Edition. Elevating the experience. This wouldn't just be a concert. This will be history in the making, and you have to be part of it because live on stage, first time performing in Ghana, all the way from Jamaica, will be Tantic and Jamil. So grab your tickets now. VVIP 200 Ghana cedis, VIP 100 Ghana cedis. Then regular tickets go for 60 and 30 Ghana cedis respectively. Dial *714*2023# or visit beamconcert.com. Hit us up for more information on 050-155-000. This is the biggest African party, and it's here with us. 22nd December, Accra Sports Stadium, Beam Concert, the 5th Dimension Edition.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with Adobia Breachim. Thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us today, we've been talking about top tech highlights for 2023 and the trends for 2023. Now, this is what MTN says. Carrying multiple phones around can be such a chore. the unsightly bulge in your pockets, the extra weight in your purse, the stress of switching from one phone to the other to pick calls. Now imagine being able to switch between different numbers on the same phone easily and seamlessly. Guess what? You can go seamless with MTN eSIM and enjoy the convenience of connecting multiple phone numbers to one single phone or device. To check if your device is compatible, simply dial *#06#, *#06#. Once you receive an EID number, it means your phone or device is compatible. Simply download my MTN app today to request your MTN eSIM and enjoy the sweet, seamless life everywhere you go. I have with me in the studio Winston and Michael, and before we went on the break, we were going to talk about the things that surprised us, tech news that surprised us this year. And I started off by saying that I think for me, the design of the Cybertruck by Elon, yes, it was, well, from discussions that had been had prior to that, I think how it looked was quite a surprise. It wasn't something that I felt was the best from what I saw.
You're being very, very diplomatic, Pep.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not saying it as it is.
I mean, what is? I think what is more surprising.
I'm looking at like every school child who's had a math set and has been bored has designed that truck before.
I think I think what is most surprising for me is that moving forward, if Elon says he's going to do something, he's going to do it the exact same way he said he's going to do. I think I've gotten to a point where I'm not going to doubt him. If he says he's going to buy something, he's going to buy it. If he says he's going to design a truck with the aerodynamics of a
you might have to rephrase that, because like you said, he does most of the things he says he wants to do. But sounds like, for example, he said he will buy Twitter. He's done it. He's made the Cybertruck. He's made it.
Yeah. He
right?
said you make Twitter better. It's actually
there you go. I was going to say, like, you make Twitter and make more money. But
on a technicality though, it's no longer called Twitter. It's now X. So if X is bad, Twitter was good before it died.
Okay.
So technically, he's not lying. Gotcha. On the technicality. So most surprising thing for me in tech, I think Michael has this in the back of his mind, but it's not something that he would say, but is the fact that Toyota is actually pulling out of the EV market, the electric car market for now. And that is extremely surprising because they were in the electric market for years. The Toyota Prius has been on the market for so long. So it's very interesting.
It's been long. It's been on the market so long. It's gone full round from being ill, and it's like, I want to get in because I need it as a necessity to, like, you know what, this thing looks good enough that I might actually consider getting it on looks alone.
But it's really surprising for me. They do say, the Toyota says that they will be focusing on hybrid cars, which are cars that are both electric and combustion engine, and I think that's the sweet spot for everybody on a global scale, because honestly, if you're going to, the way car OEMs, car manufacturers work, that every year the same C class, they'll bring C class 2023, 24, 25. Who is going to mine all that lithium, and where are you going to get it from?
That's a very dangerous question you've asked.
I know.
We have a message. Good evening, guys. Listening, great show. My favorite app by far is Render Forest. A question: what is the risk associated with modded apps?
I'm guessing he's talking about GB WhatsApp. Well, the issue with modded apps is that whoever made the modification, you do not know their intent. They do not have the backing of a legitimate business that you can contact during working hours and ask, that's why is this doing this? This is someone who says, okay, for those who don't know, a modded app is basically a pre-existing app. Let's say, for instance, there's WhatsApp. WhatsApp already exists, but there are people who will take the WhatsApp app and they will transform it and add certain things. So for instance, there's this app, I'm not telling you to use it, I'm saying it again, do not use it, called GB WhatsApp. It has had editing and stuff like that long before the main WhatsApp app got it. But the issue here is that whoever did the modification for GB WhatsApp, you don't know their intent, you don't know what they've done, and you don't know how they are what they are seeing your information. Let me give a very good example about modded apps. So if you know about this new phone company called the Nothing Phone, it's a company. Now they released the new phone called the Nothing 2. Now the greatest sales pitch about this Nothing 2 is that they have developed, or they have modded an app that allows you to have iMessage, Apple's famous iMessage. And in that sense, you can also have what do you call your calling thingy? FaceTime. So they've created a back end route to do that. Now the issue with that is that, first off, Androids are not allowed to have iMessage. It is a proprietary thing for iOS or Apple devices. What Nothing and whoever created this mod apparently have done is that they have a server farm. A server farm is basically a place where they are packed plenty computers. And these computers are running these Face ID accounts, these Apple ID accounts for you. So when you create an Apple ID, it is piggied onto that one of the computers in the server farm, and it is that computer that is giving you the opportunity to text. Now the question here is, who gets access to that computer?
Definitely
whatever drives on the computer, who is watching it. Okay, if I say I won't do again, do they delete all the things? You never get to see that.
So those are some of the associated risks with
so
using modded apps.
Your information could be on the streets and you don't know why.
You don't want to take that risk. Okay, so when we spoke about Justin Bieber earlier, I think there was a message from Day saying you were referring to Justin Bieber's Bored Ape NFT. Thanks for that, Day. Okay. You can just send your WhatsApp message to us on the number 055-1111-997. 055-1111-997. Today we have been looking at top tech trends for 2023. Now, we all have those days when you are low on everything: energy, time, cash, and even airtime and data. Well, that's why MTN Extra Time is an airtime and data advance service that allows you to make calls or browse the internet even when you have insufficient balance. All you have to do is to dial *506#, *506#. Go through the prompts and select the amount of airtime or data you need. It's more than simple. Doing your favorite things on MTN means you don't get interrupted even when you are low on airtime or data. Please remember, terms and conditions apply. So Winston and Mike, we've been looking at top tech trends for 2023. We've spoken about the many good sides of what we saw happening in the tech space, but then the bad sides as well. And I think that was one of the concerns that Michael raised earlier. Different things that were happening, and then yet we had issues. We've spoken about Twitter, X, we've spoken about the different things that came up. We've spoken about what surprised us this year. So now we want to look at personalities. Who would you say is the tech man for 2023 and why?
Wow, that's a very interesting question.
I know who.
Okay,
so my tech is not person, it's a group of people.
Okay.
The EU.
Yeah, the EU. Shout outs to the EU. The European Union. There's also a code name for it. The European Union.
Yeah.
They are, what do you call it?
So why will you say?
They are essentially pretty much, they are pushed back in using legislation to try and actually, a lot of the things I've spoken about is where you have business people who are essentially associated with just giving their shareholders as much value as possible to the detriment of everything else. If it will make the share price of the company go up, it will be, so be it, no matter, regardless of whether or not the quote unquote the consumer likes it. If the consumer doesn't like it and they still pay more for it and the share price goes up, it works. The EU, as a nation body, I was one of the few people stepping against that. Look, you can't just do everything for the sake of profits. Sometimes you have to consider your customers as people. So to that end, they've given us the universal USB C design, which now Apple have followed up on. The
to simplify, what am I
yeah,
saying?
GDPR, but that's years ago.
The EU is that, you know, that when you're in class here and there's a bully who's been bullying kids, there's this other bigger child in the class who is a gentle giant. And when he sees that the bully is going too far, he'll come and put his hand on the shoulder. Yeah. Hey, what do you judge me? You understand? Yeah, that's what the EU does. The EU keeps most of these tech companies in check. And
that is necessary.
It is very necessary because apparently the United States Congress can't do it.
So hopefully we may learn some lessons from that here and then also take them to task in our country as well.
Okay, we are almost rounding up. This is Geek Squad with Adobia Breacham. Today we've been talking about the top tech highlights for 2023 and the top tech trends. Before we go off, we would like to share with you some few quick tech fixes. So take a listen.
Hello there. My name is Michelle Lejakum, and as usual, I bring you some tech quick fixes and tips here on Geek Squad. Did you know that you can now lock chats you don't want anyone to see on WhatsApp? Let me show you how. 1. Open WhatsApp and long press on the chat you want to lock. 2. Tap on the 3 dots on the top right corner of your WhatsApp screen. 3. Choose Lock Chat. 4. Choose to lock the chat with fingerprint or with Face ID. Ta-da! You have that right. So add an extra layer of privacy to specific chats on your WhatsApp today.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with Adobia Breacham. Today we've been talking about the top tech highlights for 2023. And just before we went on the break, we spoke about the best person male category when it comes to tech for 2023. So now we want to, girl power, so female.
We've cheated.
Yeah.
EU is an organization.
So,
yes.
Okay. Because our time is almost up. We just want to quickly do the final words for today. So I'll start with you, Winston.
Yeah, it's been a great year. It's been a lot of AI, but funny enough, AI died down. We are looking forward to next year, and to be honest, I'm not really looking forward to tech next year. I'm actually looking forward to tech legislations next year. I'm hoping that we get some.
I think that's a good one, tech legislation.
Despite my initial review of the year, which was very pessimistic, I'm still at heart an optimistic person, and I am looking forward to the new tech that comes out because it is new tools that allow new opportunities. So as long as you're willing to learn how they work and grasp them and make use of them. So new opportunities to learn and grow, which I'm always looking forward to.
Definitely, we are looking forward to the growth because we will be evolving, but as we do that, we must put things in place to make sure that everyone is safe in our world today. I spoke about the Party in the Park by Joy FM that is happening this Christmas on the 26th. You don't want to miss it. If you want to come with your family of 6, you just have to pay a cool 200 cedis. You can dial *714 *003 *3# and follow the prompt. *714 *003 *3# and follow the prompt. Or you can also get your tickets from Joy FM at the front desk or call the number 055 9691 797 055 9691 717. And on this note, this is your girl Adobia Breacham. It's been great having you listen to us every Tuesday evening on Geek Squad. I just want to take this opportunity to wish you a very Merry Christmas. You just catch us again on the date 9th January 2024. By then I'll be wishing you